welcome to our fourth episode of The Best of Both Worlds, O Melhor de Dois Mundos, a program specially designed for Brazilians and those people like me who would love to learn more about Brazil. And the goal of this program is to bring together the Brazilian and the local community in a way that will enable us to have the best of both worlds through our friendships and business partnerships and shared experiences. Today, Cristiane and I. Hi, Cristiane. How are you today?
Hello, doing great. I'm so excited. Last program of the year,
right.
you know.
Yeah, I forgot to mention also, we're going to be doing this in English, and then we're going to switch over to Portuguese. So if you're learning one or the other language, or you enjoy both, or for whatever reason, you want to hang around for both sides. So
correct.
Today, we're celebrating the end of 2022, right?
Yes.
And the beginning of 2023.
Mm-hmm.
But let's step back for a minute. And Cristiane, as a Brazilian,
mm-hmm.
as a woman,
Mm-hmm.
as a citizen of the world,
mm-hmm.
as a life coach,
mm-hmm.
as a wife, as a mother, tell me about 2022 for you. What are you grateful for? And what kind of setbacks did you have? And finally, what remains to be accomplished that you didn't quite get done this year and are looking forward to working on next year?
Excellent. So the things that I'm grateful for this year are, this is like a very special year for me, for us, for my family. We bought our house.
Bought a beautiful
here
house
in Gloucester.
In Gloucester, so you're my neighbors.
So it's
a
great accomplishment.
You moved from?
I used to live in Swampscott, Mass. I was living there for 14 years, and I'm so grateful to God that we bought this house, and it's near the sea. Brazilian loves the sea, loves the beaches. So I feel
6 beaches
so
or 7.
blessed. Yeah. Yes, I'm so blessed. So I'm very, like, the major things besides being healthy and like my family is well, my family in Brazil is well too. This is like our biggest accomplishment, and I'm very, very happy for that. Things that I haven't accomplished yet, but that we're working on, it's remodeling. It always takes like more than we thought, or before more time.
Mm-hmm.
It takes more time than we usually plan for.
And maybe
so in the middle of remodeling.
And who's in charge of remodeling your house? And talk a little about his area of expertise, because you have like a secret helper.
Yeah, so my husband, he owns a painting company, and he's a handyman too. So he's grateful, he has a great taste. So it's amazing because like the labor has increased with the inflation here in the United States. I think it's reaching 9% now. And having someone that's handy and that works, and he's very compromised, and so it's looking good.
We don't say compromised, we say committed.
Committed.
Compromised means there's something out of place.
Oh, okay.
And that's not your husband. He's everything in place.
No.
He's a perfectionist.
He's committed. Yeah, he's committed. So this is something that we're still working on. We're getting there. We're getting there.
And just on a side note for you who are interested in language, in Portuguese, comprometer means to promise yourself,
right? To
be committed to. And it's the same word that in English we use for compromise. So Brazilians often just do a direct translation.
Yes,
right?
You're right.
And most people don't say anything. So anyway, but we always correct each other. She corrects me all the time.
Yes,
so.
I love it because I don't want to be saying things that
so
are
anyway,
wrong.
so did you have any setbacks? Did you lose anyone? Or did you just have a really, really, really great year this year?
No, I didn't lose anyone. I'm very thankful since like the COVID, like family stayed healthy and happy. So I feel good about it. It's great.
Okay. All right. So let's talk about, now that we put the year behind us to bed, right?
Yes.
So one thing I learned when I was in Brazil is that Brazilian New Year's Eve and ringing in the New Year is way more fun than in the United States.
It is.
People wear white, and it's just the party seems to be bigger. And at midnight, like I was at the beach, everyone's in the water. And anyway, I'm not going to try to explain it, but it turns out there are a lot of other rituals and a lot of things that were happening around me when I was in Brazil that I didn't know was even part of it. So I'm looking forward to hearing for the first time the full version of what are all the little and big rituals that the average Brazilian undergoes or carries out to ring in the new year.
Yes, so at midnight we have like few rituals that we, like most of us do. One of them is wearing white, so I'm doing white today.
And why do you wear white on New Year's Eve?
The color white represents the mix of all colors, and it means peace. That like, what do you want for next year? So Brazilians always want peace, you know. So white is a tradition. We gotta wear something white on you. But besides white, there's also something. It's funny. I was just thinking about it today. One of the other rituals is wearing like a colored lingerie or underwear. So like if you're looking for a new love, you must wear like a pink. If you're looking for riches, wear like a yellow underwear. Yellow
so your underwear color changes depending on what you want.
What you want, exactly.
So give us some more colors. Come on, give us all the colors.
Green is for good luck. Green is for good luck. Pink is for romance. Yellow is for money and riches. Purple is for wisdom.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. And blue, I think, is for serenity. I'm not
now,
really
are those
sure.
men's underwear and women's underwear both, or do men also change the color?
Men
of the underwear?
too. Yeah, it works for men
Really?
too. So for men, you gotta choose the color of what you would desire for the following year.
That's great.
Another ritual that we do is eating 12 grapes, representing every month of the year. So you eat 12, like for January, for February.
I thought it was 12 hours in the day repeated. No, it's because the months of the year?
The months of the years, yeah.
And why grapes?
Grapes because this is actually came from Spain. Spanish people, they wanted prosperity for their vineyards. So yeah. So we adopted this ritual from Spanish people.
Are they green grapes or purple grapes, or it doesn't matter?
I don't think it matters as long as it's grapes, because you know, and if you think about grapes, they all come collectively. You know, like they always come together. It's not only one. So prosperity, like a lot of grapes all together.
So, and also, it's true, right? Grapes taste better in Brazil. Than in the United States.
Definitely.
You all here don't even know what grapes really are. So you've had grapes in Brazil.
Yeah, not only grapes,
every
but
fruit.
Every fruit. We have a hard time adapting to the taste of fruits here in the United States. The other thing is like Brazilians, because it's vacation time and it's summer, so it's summertime too. So people go to the beach to spend. We also have a special word. It's actually French. Réveillon.
Réveillon.
Réveillon is like New Year's Eve. I think we borrowed
Réveillon. I always wondered why there's that the
French.
word for New Year's Eve. It means we wake it. Réveillon means like waking up, right?
I'm not really sure. It just
like
came to my mind
Réveillon.
now. Yeah. So other little rituals is like jumping 7 waves, and you make a wish.
I forgot
on
about
each
that.
wave.
Jumping 7 waves, and you make a wish on every wave. Right? I did that.
And I'm not gonna do here in Gloucester. It's way too cold.
Oh, yeah. But there are people in Gloucester that get in the ocean.
I have seen on TV. It's amazing.
My son did that.
And then lentils. Eating lentils on New Year's, it's also a good luck. Yeah.
My family, we come from Pennsylvania. We eat black-eyed peas.
Oh.
For good luck.
Nice.
And what's the feeling when you're doing these rituals? Like,
well, the only one that I do, I'm talking Brazilians in general. The only one I do, I try to wear something white. I think it looks nice. I like the color. But my personal ritual is like praying to God, you know, asking Him, because I know He's the owner of everything, and then I just pray to Him. To protect us, and to bless our families personally. Mm-hmm. And then the other things, like you said, like these rituals, is something that we do collectively, you know, like, so if people are family gatherings, if you're going to the beach with a bunch of friends, so it's kind of fun, you know, it's fun. Mm-hmm. But like personally,
And
I do
what are
the
your
white.
plans for New Year's this year?
Do we celebrate?
So what are your plans for New Year's this year?
For New Year's, what I really want to do is finishing up the remodeling at home.
No, New Year's Eve.
Oh, New Year's Eve.
I'm sorry.
I don't have
I
any
meant
plans
this year.
yet.
So here we're gonna celebrate early.
Yes.
We're gonna celebrate our year here. We didn't know each other for the whole year, but we had a lot of good times together this year. It says Prosecco. Is my favorite.
Oh, I love Prosecco.
And wow. And how about, by the way, the role of alcohol and toasting in Brazil at New Year's and Christmas? And,
Oh, we do it. We do
Yeah.
it. We use like
gonna do
sparkling
toast.
wine or champagne to toast the year. So, and we actually and in Brazilian TV they showed the fireworks. Oh, fireworks is so big by the beach.
yeah.
Fireworks. So watching the fireworks, on TV they usually like promote these big shows, and people go to concerts, like outside concerts, and family gatherings, or gathering family, or gathering friends, or traveling. A toast for sure. We do toast,
Now-
and we do the countdown too.
And before we toast here, we do want to say, tell me what the American specialty is that you have in front of you to enjoy.
Yes,
your
this is going to be a great
Prosecco,
combination.
right?
I got the cheesecake. I love
Cheesecake.
it.
This is special cheesecake. It's a lemon meringue cheesecake.
No, I love
It's a
it.
tricked up one. I got her cheesecake, and she got me cocada.
Cocada.
Can you explain to the people here what cocada is?
Cocada, it's similar to coconut macaroons. So it's made with condensed milk, milk and coconut, and you just put it on a pan on a slow burner.
I love it more than macaroons because it's really just much more coconut.
Yes.
All right, so Cristiane,
Yeah.
thank you for your friendship. Congratulations on an amazing year.
Thank you.
Here's to another year of good times and doing business together while being great friends and neighbors.
And neighbors, and we are very thankful for the city of Gloucester and our
We love
community.
everyone here. Yeah, we're very blessed to
and
be
for
here.
this opportunity. Yeah. Happy New Year to you.
So while we're enjoying this, we put the old year behind us.
Yes, we did. We did the transition.
So, all right. So Brazilians wake up January 1st, all ready to go for the new year, I would assume.
Not really.
No?
So that's another thing too. So because Carnival happens in February.
Carnival is, February. Yeah, Carnival. We all know Brazil for Carnival. It's the Fat Tuesday.
Right. And it's like, so the elective year, like school year, starts right after Carnival. So because everybody's like, Brazilians' vacation lasts a month. So New Year's Eve, they're traveling, they're gonna come back by the end of January, and then there's gonna be Carnival, and then after Carnival, the year officially starts.
So January is hard to do business in Brazil.
It is.
Because Americans, we have a few days, few weeks.
Yeah.
Then January 1st.
Right. We're
Not
ready
in
to
Brazil?
roll. Not in Brazil. And we also talk about like how Brazilians, we have all these rituals. We say, oh, I'm gonna become rich this year, but they're not very pragmatic, or they're not big planners. Like they don't put like step 1, 2, or 3 to reach certain goals.
So Brazilians just wake up all excited.
Yes.
It's another year, and the carnival is right around the corner.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
We're ready for party again.
All right.
And then things really gonna start like blowing and blooming after Carnival. Then it's like, okay, party's over, vacation is over, the year is really started. So let's work hard to make things accomplished.
All right. And before we switch over and you interview me, so let's forget about what Brazilians do. Let's just realize you're a Brazilian in Gloucester, in the United States. So you have the ability to have the best of both worlds. So as a life coach, a new homeowner, the mother of a young boy who just turned 4, I owe him a birthday present, and I can't wait. Luca, And maybe this year, is it too early for me to answer? You're thinking about also having a second one in the next year, perhaps?
Yeah,
Yes,
we're
okay.
thinking, yes, spending
So-
the family.
Yeah, so personally, how are you setting yourself up for the new year? And as a life coach, what are you telling your clients right now?
Yes. So personally, I like to go over everything that happened. I also have my gratitude jar. This is something that I love doing throughout the year, not only at the end of the year. So it's basically a jar, and you get colored Post-it.
I'm gonna tell, okay?
And then I like to write it down, the things that makes me happy. This gratitude jar for me, it's very, very, very important because it reminds me of the little things that we are happy for, that we take for granted, and sometimes we even forget because our brain works like this. We tend to forget. We tend to remind the negative things that happens, but then we forget the good things, the little good things that happen. So sometimes it could be just like, I got a call from my friend, and she told me a good news. So I'm grateful for that. Or little things. Or my husband brought, I got cheesecake. This is gonna go to my gratitude jar. The
be honest, let me
merengue.
know what you think. And here I'm gonna read this one.
Okay.
I'm gonna explain it in English this time, and in the other half I'll read it in Portuguese. But I'm grateful every day for your friendship. It says, friend, I'm grateful every day for your friendship, and I hope you pass each. What's bilhetinho?
Note.
Since you're in cada bilhete. Oh, and I hope that you feel in each note how loved you are. From Daisy. So that's somebody who gave a gratitude for you in your jar?
Oh, I didn't know. She wrote me.
Daisy,
Wow.
ela já sabe. Okay, I'm going to do one more now. This is interesting.
That's
this
funny.
girl
I
doesn't
don't
even
know.
know what's
I
in
don't
her
know.
gratitude jar. So it looks like you're going to have to read through all these
Yes.
before,
Didn't she
Yeah.
write it?
This one says, Eliel, novi mentalidade financeira pagou.
Wait a minute. Oh, I know what happened. Okay, I know what happened.
Luckily for you, your handwriting is as bad as mine, so I can't read it. So just read this one. This is cute. She's grateful because her husband got a new financial mindset. And I know this because working with them on their finances,
Yes.
this guy is ready to have great abundance for his family. I'm just saying.
Yes. So I know what happened to my gratitude jar. On my birthday, because I'm a big fan of this, the group therapeutic
I know her
group.
birthday is September 27th.
She's revealing all my secrets. Okay, so for my birthday, a friend of mine got a jar and asked all the friends in the party, in a gathering. It's like a surprise party on a park, and they wrote notes to me. So that's why it's not only my gratitude jar, but it's also wishes from my friends.
So now your gratitude jar has a new meaning for you. It's a little bit of a time capsule for like 2 months ago.
Yes.
So are you going to read each of these?
Oh, definitely.
Of course.
Yes.
Okay. So how do you also help your clients get ready for a new year? What's the biggest challenge that your clients are facing right now?
Sometimes they don't even have a dreams.
And by the way, her clients are... I'm American. She's like, I just have to say, I had a family encounter and I called her up. How many therapists do you know you can call up in the middle of the day? I was scheduled with her a couple days after, but she took care of me in the moment. But generally, her clients, your clients, are Brazilian women, right? Most of them,
yes,
right?
most of them.
And what's the profile of your typical client? And then what is the challenge that they're facing?
Yeah, the challenge that they're facing is like living far from the family. Brazilians are very family oriented. And sometimes they, like at the end of the year, so Brazilians in the United States, at the end of the year, they feel like a little bit lonely because they miss their family, or sometimes they travel to Florida to spend time by the beach. So sometimes they lack dreams, sometimes when they come here, they have one perspective, one expectations. And then once they come here, there are so many struggles with the language, with the culture, the weather. So they have to rethink their dreams. So the way I do it as a life coach, I help them boost up, bring up their dreams again and transform their dreams into SMART goals. So specific.
SMART goals.
Right.
That's an American term.
It is. So SMART goals are specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, realistic, and timeable. You gotta have time on
deadlines.
Right. So because I told you, Brazilians, they're very good at dreaming, but they're not very good at planning. So the SMART goals really help them keeping track. And then,
are they resistant to SMART goals, or do they welcome them?
No, they like it. It makes sense because from one week to another, we do a baby steps. Okay, I want to be healthier this year. So let's say, what are you gonna do to be healthier? Oh, I want to go to the gym 3 times a week. So how many times? What days of the week? Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. What time works best for you? Oh, right in the morning, the beginning of the day. So that keeps them keep track of their main goal. But doing SMART goals every week to achieve the bigger ones.
Okay. All right.
Yes. So another thing. Okay. So I'm gonna ask you.
Okay.
Kirsten. What are the little what are the
Happened?
setbacks?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What are the setbacks that you had this year, if there was any, and what are you grateful for this year?
So thank you. So this has been a really, really transformational year for me. Probably at the end of 2019, I hit maybe one of the lowest points in my life. Mm-hmm. It was right as COVID was hitting. And I hit a lot of walls personally and professionally in my life. And I really felt like almost, I was at the time 55, 57 now. Felt old. I felt like I had not accomplished what I wanted to, and I'd hit a wall. And out of desperation, I entered a new sector. And I can really say that this year is when everything kicked in. In September, I finally, after 2 years of saying no to someone trying to get me to join his organization to partner with my life insurance business, I finally said yes, and everything started to boom. So all my life, I have helped other people. I have sold millions of dollars. I've raised millions of dollars for other people. I have many, many rich people in my life, but I always imagined that wealth was out there, and that somehow I was like a kid in a candy store looking in from the outside. But finally this year, I put my big girl pants on, and I finally started really, really working on myself. So I've always been a person of faith. I always know that God's in charge and I walk by faith. But this year I finally took responsibility for the fact that, you know what, Christiane, God did not put us on the planet to be small or to be scared or to try to find a way to just get by, right? So God, and when I was a girl, you said this to me in therapy, I was raised to be president of the United States.
Right.
That's how my mom raised me. So I don't want to be president of the United States. I think Joe Biden's doing a great job. But you know what? Now this year is the year where at the age of 57, I feel almost like I'm 10 years old again, but with the mind of a 57-year-old. So I can really tell people that it's never too late to completely reinvent yourself. It's never too late to go back to who you were supposed to be when you were a kid, and who all those expectations, which are simply from my mom's point of view, whatever and whoever you want to be. And ironically, this is the year that I lost my mom. She passed away in June. And it's actually in a very strange way, it's a blessing, because it was the end. She was not really well, and she wasn't even her actual self. And so it was a very I don't even have the word for it, but I lost my mom, but I also gained a lot of insights in that passing and appreciation that I have had her as a mother. I also lost my father-in-law this year, and also he lived an extraordinary life. And my sister-in-law, my sisters and brother-in-law and my husband and the whole family, we also gave him a great farewell and his funeral. And it was a case of also just being grateful that I have that father-in-law and that family in my life. And I also realized that people don't really go away, because one supernatural story is that we also lost our long-haired German Shepherd this year. It was really, really horrible. But 2 weeks before he passed away, my father-in-law appeared to my husband in our house, not in a dream, literally at the top of our stairs with his late wife. And my father-in-law told us a little bit after my mother-in-law died that he didn't like dogs. My mother-in-law was a dog lover. But a couple weeks before we lost our German Shepherd, my husband saw his father-in-law at the top of our stairs with his wife and Tom's dog that had passed away. And he said to Tom, "There are dogs in heaven."
Wow.
Yeah. And so a couple weeks later, it was really tragic. Our dog ate some raw potatoes. By the way, do not let your dogs eat raw potatoes. And he passed away in his sleep. And one of the things for the new year is I actually miss him so much, but I would like to get another German Shepherd. But the point that I'm trying to make here is I learned this year that there are no endings forever, that there is this thing, the afterlife, the before life, heaven, earth, etc., and it's all connected. And so this year has been just a year of transition, and I'm grateful for family. I'm grateful for the ability in Gloucester, in the United States, in the world, to start over, to keep what you want to keep, and to leave behind what doesn't serve you. And I'm very grateful that my friend is also my therapist and my life coach and my business partner and my client, right, and also my Portuguese teacher, all wrapped up in one. And I'm grateful because I can call you like today. This show almost didn't happen because things get in the way, emergencies happened. I called you like 3 or 4 times, almost bailing on this. And each time you just basically told me like, come on, do this, do that. And I'm just grateful to have a friend that we know that each other's success, you know, we're successful because of each other. So if one of us asks the other one to do something, we don't think twice. Like,
right,
Christiane,
yeah,
I need to borrow some earrings, or, you know, Kirsten, you know, go whatever. So yeah, so I'm very grateful for you.
Yay.
Believe it. And you didn't pay me to say that either.
Right. No, this is all true. It's all true stories, and very, very personal. And thank you for sharing. I think for us, like being here and being humans and changing the cultural, personal experiences, I think that can also connect to you too, who's going to struggles, and life is not all perfect and beautiful. It has like these difficult moments, and I think we all can relate to it. Thank you for sharing. Everything's so personal. Yeah. So Kirsten, tell us like how, like for the Brazilian people that are watching and wonder, like there could be Brazilians, Portuguese speaker hearing us from all over from the world, like from YouTube, and they might think, whoa, what do Americans do when it's time for a transition? Yeah.
So
many
probably
rituals.
Yeah. So probably most of you just know America, the ball on Times Square.
Yeah,
right?
It's beautiful.
10-9, right? So honestly, it's one of the only unifying things about New Year's Eve. We don't have 12 grapes midnight. We don't have jump 7 waves. We have...
You can add to it if you want. We can let you use it.
I may do that actually, except the best grapes are in Brazil. But anyway, so, you know, New Year's Eve is also a time of, if you're seeing someone new, it's a very, you know, it's like a big date night, right? It's dinner and dress up, as opposed to wearing white. We wear bright colors for New Year's Eve and for the New Year. And so red, this is like an electric purple, blue, dress up, makeup, kind of formal. And then you see a lot of times, you know, people blowing their, I forget what those are called.
Whistler? Isn't
it's like it goes like this, and there's like confetti.
I know. Língua de sogra. I know in Portuguese.
Língua de sogra. And I forget what it's called. She just said
mother-in-law's tongue.
So yeah, and I had a great mother-in-law. But anyway.
Mine
so
too.
Yeah, and I can't remember what those things are called, but, and like if you go in the stores, you see like the hats and the confetti, and sometimes in New Orleans, you wear beads around the neck. But really, we are more focused, I think, on reflecting over the year before us and starting off a new year. And so New Year's Eve itself is kind of just like a big party But at the same time, I like to be home in my Christmas pajamas, watching the ball drop on TV now. I don't really.
And I think it's because it's also cold, right?
That's the other thing.
Weather really,
really cold here.
Changes for us. Like I feel like
Really
New Year's
cold.
for us is just like 4th of July because
Right.
we all go to the beach and see the fireworks and everybody stops. Like it's a
Right.
big party. That's how I relate,
Now-
kind of.
And having said that, there are events like here in Cape Ann, by the way, if any of you are in Cape Ann, Rockport has a lot of great New Year's activities, things for kids, puppet shows, going from door to door. They have decorations, parties. Boston, it's called, by the way, First Night.
Oh, okay.
First Night because it turns into the first night at midnight. But Boston has big fireworks display. They often have the Boston Pops, like a big concert. But I thought of that because you said it was cold. And I'm just thinking how many years I took myself to Boston for but it was so cold, I couldn't really enjoy it.
I don't enjoy being in the cold.
Outside, even though there's lots of people out there. And I think when I see people watching the ball drop in Times Square, same thing. I've never had the urge to actually go to Times Square in person and watch the ball
I
drop.
rather watch from the TV and have people gather in the house all together. Yes. So Kirsten, how are you gonna prepare yourself for next year? And as a financial advisor, a financial agent, what do you suggest for people? How are you gonna ask your clients to prepare themselves for next year?
Yep. Okay. Well, first of all, everything starts
I'll
with
help you.
something that I didn't do for so many years until 3 or 4 years ago, and now I do it religiously. It's called the vision board, and mine's not quite done yet. My husband actually pasted all these up for me too. This is like our joint, but we put up here. Some people say fake it till you make it. I say be it until you see it. These are the
I love
things
that phrase.
that I believe that I am, I have, I want with my husband. We put our intentions out there. These are like prayers and intentions. So you wake up, you look at it, and it gets you out of bed. So I have here, Tom put original. We want to do our kitchen. We want to remodel our whole house. We're going to invite your husband to paint everything.
Yes.
Like you said, trusting God, change is possible. I have Black women, Asian women. I want to have a lot of diversity, inclusion, especially with women in my life. This is our dog, Maggie. This is really her. I'm going to put a spot for another dog over here somewhere. And then I want to eat healthy. So all of this here, like, take a hike. I need to do more steps. Opportunity. Every day is full of fresh possibilities. So based on this, then you make a plan, right? So I don't have ADD per se, but I drive other people nuts because I'm like Post-its over here. And in the past, time management was my biggest challenge. And it's one of the most important things. And when you start a new year, you have a chance to plan your year. So I have now for the last year and a half or 2 years what's called a bullet journal. And in this journal, there's everything from lists of books I want to read to a habit tracker, because what I want to do is drink so much water. So I track off Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yes.
I want to stretch. I want to do 40 sit-ups, 40 push-ups, 40 squats every day. Well, here I'm going to track it. Then I have, literally everything that I used to have in 20 different places, I put in my bullet journal. So my calendar appointments, the things I'm going to do each day, my dreams. And having said that, one thing I learned is not to have too many goals and too many priorities, because you set yourself up for failure. And what you're doing is you're never going to have everything checked off. So what I've learned now from the company that I partner with, it's really helped me develop myself more, is 6 things each day. Like at the end of each day, make 6 things you must accomplish the next day. And by the way, you may not accomplish all 6 of them, but they come first. So what I'm doing also this year is I'm streamlining to 6 priorities at a time. Doesn't mean I can't think about other things, but those are the 6 priorities. So basically, we all like to talk about, going to the gym. We're going to eat healthy, right? And a lot of times you're a therapist, it doesn't last very long, right?
Right.
So part of it is sustainability, and part of it is making small changes that have big impact. So, I'm not necessarily going to, I am going to take you up on your offer, a free month membership at the Y because you belong there. And I am going to try to schedule it, but I really want to focus on every day doing those 40 sit-ups and those 40 push-ups.
Right, and like and the exercise is always a big thing, like healthy habits. I'm saying what I tell my clients, like oh, you're gonna start on Monday or January 1st, and it didn't happen January 1st, or it didn't happen Monday. Shake it off. Tuesday, Tuesday you can start again, and life is so dynamic. Things happen, so don't wait until Monday. Don't wait until the first of the month. Start on a Saturday, start on a Sunday. You decide what day it's going to start.
There's a case where it's great
move on
to know the Brazilian way and the American way, because you don't get stuck on this, but at the same time, you're not like, you're able to include the spontaneity with the planning. So in terms of financially, as somebody who my whole life, I just told myself, my mom told me, if the only problem you have is money, you don't have any problems. So my whole life I had this voice in my head, you're going to have money problems. So I was not the person other people would go to for financial advice. So one of my issues is I had to learn that I'm actually the best person to go to her for advice, because I was bad at managing my finances. And I have learned. And part of what is important for everyone to know is, do not look backwards. When you're planning financially for the new year, the only way you want to look backwards is you do want to take stock. You want to check. Do you have, not even 6 months, do you have like 2 years of savings in your account? Okay. Are you planning for your retirement? Whether you're 20 years old or 60 years old, it's never too late to do something. And unfortunately, I don't know if it's between 75 and 90% of Americans, when they reach retirement age, don't even have more than $25,000 in their bank account. So guess what? That's not retirement. That's called you get a few weeks on a big vacation, then you're 70 and you have to work at Walgreens or, and that's fine. Like, it's okay. But my point is,
depending on
it's important, right? So I would also, obviously, I'm a life insurance agent. I would encourage everyone to find out what plans do you have for the day when you are going to pass away someday, so that your family doesn't have to do a GoFundMe. And if you have life insurance, guess what? The vast majority of people I talk to don't even know where their own life insurance policy is. So if they pass away, if they can't find their life insurance policy, how are other people? So do you know what? Call somebody like me. It's free. Talk to them about, find out what you have, what's available. Things change quickly. These days, you can get so much more living benefits. Also, it's never too late. People think they're too old for life insurance, or they're too young, or it's too expensive, or there's something for everyone. And more than that, the other thing I was going to say is, this is very controversial, but I can say it to you because you're not stuck either. If you go to my LinkedIn profile, I've had so many awesome job titles. I was like the head of sales and marketing for the Brazilian subsidiary of an American company. So what? I was the vice president of like international strategic alliances. So what? In other words, all those titles were a way for me to ignore the fact that a job with a salary really means just over broke. So the reality is, if you want to be financially free, at some point in your life, you have to own your own destiny. You have to own your own business. You have to own your own revenue stream, and it should not be tied to time and hours. So for example, right now, you charge for your therapy per hour, which is great, but there are so many other people you could help. So you also are expanding, like you're doing courses online, right? You're doing webinars. You're going to be able to and you have your Essentia course where you have 10 or 20 or 30 women all together, and they don't even pay for that. That's like a free thing that you do. But what I'm saying is, this year, I'm also going to be helping you look at ways to monetize yourself more, because you are so good at what you do. And there's got to be a way also to take your expertise and blow you up. So my real thing is just that, and then finally, the secret also is that many people think that there's doing what you have to do and doing what you love to do. And so I would encourage you to do what you love to do more than anyone else, and what you're better at doing than anyone else. And don't be afraid, because there is a way to get paid very well for that. So I think it's been a great year.
Yes.
And I think you need to drink a little more
Yes.
champagne. And now we're going to switch to the other side.
Yes.
Português.
Happy New Year.
Happy New
Feliz Ano Novo.
Okay, feliz ano novo.
Gente, vou começar te
Yes.
entrevistando, pode
Yes,
ser?
go ahead. I'm going to
Ok.
put just one little more here.
Yes. Gente, sou bem-vindos ao programa O Melhor dos Dois Mundos. Aqui é um programa para os brasileiros e para os americanos que gostariam de aprender um pouco mais sobre a cultura, né, dos dois países, né, Estados Unidos e Brasil, e trazer o melhor dos dois mundos através compartilhando aqui a diversidade cultural dos dois países, como integrar todas essas duas culturas, fazer negócios e promover a integração mesmo das duas culturas. Eu estou aqui com a Kirsten Elaine. Ela é minha vizinha, minha amiga, minha cliente, também sou cliente dela. Kirsten, você pode falar aqui para as pessoas brasileiros, né? O que pode compartilhar aqui conosco alguma coisa? Como é que foi esse ano para você? Quais foram o que você conquistou esse ano? E se teve alguma coisinha que não foi muito bem, poderia compartilhar aqui conosco? Até para nesse clima de final de ano, deixando 2022.
Bom, obrigada, Cristiane. Esse ano foi um ano muito, ou seja, qual seria a palavra?
Desafiador.
Transformacional. Transformativo. Transformative. Como se chama em português?
Foi um ano transformador.
Transformador. Foi um ano transformador. Todos os sentidos. Porque, bom, eu tenho 57 anos e finalmente este ano me sinto mais como uma mocinha de 10 anos, cheia de possibilidades, mas com uma mente inteligente de uma mulher de experiência.
Que
então,
legal,
agora eu estou
gente.
tendo o melhor dos mundos da minha vida pessoal, né? Porém, levou luta e levou muita coisa para chegar aqui, ou seja, pouquinho antes de Covid, eu quase perdi tudo, porque 2 clientes não me pagaram e chegou a ser como $75 mil. E reparei que eu não era presidente de minha própria empresa, eu era 2 clientes de, como se chama?
Você era
Foreclosure,
funcionária.
ou seja, perder minha casa, perder tudo, ou seja, ser
Uau.
pobre, ou seja, bankruptcy, derrota, ou seja,
Você quase que entrou em falência.
falência. Então eu tinha que fazer alguma coisa que eu nem queria fazer, ou seja, entrar um novo setor, um setor que eu nem gostava, que virou minha salvação. Finalmente, estou no caminho de realmente ter riqueza e abundância. Eu sou uma pessoa, mas eu tinha que quase reinventar tudo. Eu tinha que guardar as coisas que me serviam e deixar para trás a bagagem.
Uau.
E você era uma das pessoas que realmente entrou no momento certo, por ser minha terapia. Outro dia, por exemplo, eu tinha meio crise familiar. Liguei na minha amiga Cristiana, ela tomou tempo e fez terapia na hora, né? E essa outra coisa que eu sou super agradecida que Deus colocou na minha frente as pessoas e os recursos que eu precisava para realmente mudar minha vida. Então eu tinha muitas conquistas assim, muitas amizades, novos parceiros, ou seja, porém também eu perdi esse ano minha mãe.
Uau.
E meu sogro. E meu cachorrinho alemão pastor. E reparei nessas experiências também que é muito triste perder pessoas amadas e quistas. Porém, se você está de olho e se você está realmente observando, você vai ver que as pessoas ainda seguem. Não, ou seja, não
é o final, né?
Não é o final. Não é o final. E tivemos algumas experiências com meu agora sogro falecido. Ainda minha mãe não me visitou ainda não, né? Porém, ou seja, eu sou triste, mas eu estou também agradecida que eu tinha essa mãe.
Sim.
Que me falou que eu era criada a ser presidente dos Estados Unidos e não sou. Nem quero ser, mas ainda tenho tempo de fazer o melhor na minha vida. Então foi um ano muito bom.
Uau,
Muito bom.
uau. Kirsten, você pode falar um pouquinho, até para os brasileiros que estão nos ouvindo aqui, o que os americanos fazem, né, na virada do ano, na passagem do ano? O que é tradição?
Antes de falar sobre isso,
Sim.
Você não comeu tudo ainda, porém, fala um pouquinho sobre o que você está comendo.
Gente, eu estou comendo aqui um cheesecake.
Cheesecake.
Acho que no Brasil já está ficando famoso já.
Escolhi com
Ele
merengue.
tem uma capa aqui embaixo que é feito de bolachinha de maisena, como se fosse bolachinha de maisena.
Biscoitos.
De biscoitos, E ele é bem cremoso. Esse daqui tem um sabor de limão, ele tem vários sabores. Esse daqui é de limão com merengue, maravilhoso.
E você escolheu para mim cocada, que é uma delícia que vocês brasileiros conhecem cocada. E como macarrão aqui, porém, é melhor para mim, porque realmente o sabor de coco, né?
Tem mais coco, né?
Mais coco.
Exato.
Sim. Então
os rituais, o que os americanos fazem?
A única coisa, a tradição que todo mundo conhece, né? É esse bolinho descendo no, como se chama? Times Square.
No Times Square.
Times Square, né? Cada ano.
Em Nova York.
E a gente apesar de que os brasileiros se vestem em branco, né? Colocamos cores mais brilhantes, dourado, prata, roxo, vermelho, né? E a gente vai lá dançando, a gente vai... É mais como jantar, né? Festa e o bolo e já, né? Se temos também fireworks.
Fogos de artifício.
E temos eventos afora, porém, como você falou antes, faz muito frio aqui em Boston, né?
Sim.
E faz muito frio em Nova York também, então... Eu prefiro ver o bolo descendo na televisão também. Não tenho,
de pijamas, né?
Assim, não tenho muita vontade de ir lá afora, né?
Não, nem eu, gente. Nem eu.
Então, ou seja, há menos ritos, na minha opinião, no Réveillon que em Brasil, né?
Kirsten, fala para nós como que você está se preparando para o ano novo. Sim. E o que você fala como uma conselheira financeira, sim. Né? O que você recomenda para os seus clientes?
Sim. Isso é tal vision board, né? E nem sei como se diz em português.
É o mural da vida extraordinária, o mural dos sonhos.
Mural de sonhos, né? E eu coloquei aqui com meu marido várias frases, várias coisas que minha intenção, né? Em inglês a gente fala finge até fazer, né? Fake it until you make it. Finge até chegar, né? Mas, na minha opinião, você tem que ser até que todo mundo percebe. Ou seja, tudo que você coloca no seu mundo de sonho já está realizado. Ou seja, Deus já quer o melhor para você. E os sonhos, os desejos que você tem, para mim, é uma parte de sua jornada, de seu destino. Mas você tem que acreditar no seu próprio sonho, na sua oração. Então, você colocando aqui e cada manhã você vê, então você pula da cama e começa, porque às vezes é difícil sair da cama, né?
Sim. Né? Te mantém motivado, né? Isso é científico também. Então, se você quer um kit, né, do Mural dos Sonhos, você precisa reunir revistas, olha as revistas, olha as figuras, pega uma tesoura, cola tudo numa cartolina, e quando você visualiza, porque o cérebro ele não sabe a diferença do que é falso, do que é real.
Sim, não sabe a diferença.
Então, quando você imagina alguma coisa, ou quando você está vendo alguma coisa, isso te traz motivação, te traz clareza, te traz foco. Então, todos os dias você fala, nossa, é isso daqui que eu quero viver.
E tem essa coisa de Espírito Santo que vive, que está escutando. Então, quando você faz sua oração, então, não sei explicar mais.
Os caminhos se abrem,
vem
né?
muita
você
coisa
precisa.
que você está, né, esperando.
Exato. Qual outra
mas
coisa?
não é suficiente ter um moral de sonhos. Você tem que ter um plano de execução. Então, eu sou uma pessoa distraída. Antigamente, eu tinha um caderno aqui, notinhas lá, e estava uma bagunça total. Hoje em dia, eu utilizo bullet journal. E aqui eu comprei um para você também.
O meu já está aqui.
E aqui eu coloco a lista de coisas que eu quero ler, os livros e os hábitos que eu quero ter, por exemplo, beber mais água, fazer yoga, e eu coloco, e cada dia eu faço o check, tenho o meu calendário, tudo fica aqui. Então eu tenho, por exemplo, memória, lembranças, notinhas, sabedoria e coisas que fazer tudo no mesmo lugar. E eu recomendo que todo mundo tenha um boletim. E falar sobre a lado financeira. É importante saber que eu sempre, na minha vida, eu sempre vendia muito, arrecadava fundos para minhas causas, para políticos, para investidores. Mas eu me mantinha, ou seja, às vezes eu era mais ou menos rico, ou pobre, ou classe média, mas eu nunca cheguei a ser realmente independente do lado financeiro. Porque na minha mente eu achei que são as outras pessoas que nasceram ricos. Eu tinha, não sei, um bloqueio, porque minha mãe sempre falava, se seu único problema é não ter dinheiro, você não tem problema nenhum. Então eu imaginava, eu criava para mim uma vida de sempre ter um probleminha com dinheiro. E agora estou ficando independente e estou ajudando muita gente. E primeira coisa, é importante que você não tenha medo e não fica no passado. Só faz, inventário, como se chama? Inventory.
Faz um diário, faça um diário.
Ou seja, veja se você tem poupança para 1 ano, 2 anos, se você para de trabalhar. Eu sei que todo mundo tem medo, mas tem que entender e pensar para arrumar sua situação. Algum dia, se você não vai trabalhar, né, tem que ter um plano de aposentadoria. E a maioria dos americanos não tem nem $25 mil na conta quando querem aposentar. Então, isso não é aposentadoria. É 2 semanas de começar seu novo trabalho em Walmart, né? Então, recomendo que todo mundo que você saiba onde você está hoje em dia. Quanto dinheiro você precisa poupar para sua aposentadoria. Quanto dinheiro você tem e qual é a diferença. Então, você precisa ganhar mais dinheiro ou gastar menos. Mas, na minha opinião, gastar menos é sempre uma corrida para baixo. Eu acho melhor pensar como você pode monetizar seus dons, sua sabedoria. Ou seja, ter um salário toda a sua vida, você nunca vai ficar rico, porque se alguém está te pagando um salário numa empresa, quer dizer que para ter lucro, eles têm que te pagar menos que você vale, né? É uma coisa. E você é dono de sua própria empresa, né? Mas também, algum dia tem que se livrar de cobrar por hora. Porque a gente só tem quantas horas por dia, né? Então, por exemplo, no seu caso, você é uma terapista excelente, um coach excelente. Você já fez um livro, né? Mas você tem, por exemplo, palestras que você vai fazer, só te dizendo, né?
Sim, já está pronto.
E você já está fazendo seu online, seu webinar, né? Uma maneira de compartilhar seu conhecimento,
e escalar, né?
E ganhar suficiente. Então, é importante ao fim de ano, começo de ano, que você saiba o que você ama fazer mais que qualquer coisa no mundo e que você faz melhor que qualquer outra pessoa. E se você fica na paixão e nos dons que o Deus te deu,
exato.
não vai fazer, ou seja, algum dia você vai ter riqueza em todos os sentidos, né? Então, isso é uma coisa que também aprendi em Brasil. Não precisa dividir sua paixão, seu amor, sua sustentação, seu dia a dia. Tem que combinar, tem que incluir os dois, né?
Exato.
Então, deixa eu te perguntar a você. O ano, né, passado,
esse ano, 2022.
Como foi?
Esse ano foi muito especial para mim. uma coisa muito grande que aconteceu, acho que todo brasileiro sonha com isso, acho que nos Estados Unidos também é um grande sonho, que é comprar a casa própria. Então,
Parabéns,
nós compramos
uma casa
a casa
bonita.
própria aqui em Gloucester, uma cidade que eu amo, perto da praia, né? Nós sabemos que os brasileiros amam praia, então eu estou muito feliz. Algo que eu ainda não consegui terminar, que foi a parte da reforma.
Porque seu marido
Porque sempre
é muito
demora.
caprichoso.
Meu marido é super caprichoso, eu estou muito feliz por isso. E esse é um dos planos para o ano que vem, é concluir essa reforma, e eu quero curtir mais a casa, sabe? Poder receber mais pessoas e também expandir a família, tá? Nos planos.
E que é isso?
Tá, então esse daqui é uma forma maravilhosa de você. Esse daqui é o potinho da gratidão. Então, a forma de você fazer é pegar um jarro, colocar post-it coloridos e todos os dias você escrever algo que você é grato e ir guardando. E acumula lá por 2 meses. Depois você abre e você vai ler. E é um excelente exercício. Cada pessoa, eu recomendo isso para os meus clientes, cada pessoa tem um aprendizado único. O meu aprendizado foi tomar responsabilidade pela minha felicidade. Eu percebi que algo que me deixava feliz, aliás, para fazer o potinho de gratidão, eu precisava me observar e perceber que horas que eu ficava sorrindo durante o dia. Então, primeiro eu me observei, escrevi no papel o que me deixava feliz, e eu fui percebendo que eram coisas pequenas, coisas que eu não precisava ficar esperando acontecerem. Eu poderia promover mais daquelas situações pequenas e agradáveis. Então, é um grande aprendizado. E eu amo fazer isso também, né? Agora eu vou ver os potinhos de gratidão do ano inteiro. E a Kirsten já tá aqui curiosando os meus potinhos.
Porque felizmente ou infelizmente as letras dela são tão feias que as minhas e não consigo ler todo aqui, porém treinamento de Luca e coordenação primeiro.
Não.
Leia.
Não sei se eu vou ler, eu também não tô entendendo. O treinamento do Luca de coordenação motora fina, os primeiros livros escolares. Eu comprei para ele livros de caligrafia. Então ele começou a praticar e estava agradecendo a babá dele, a Ciene, que tem sido uma bênção, e o aniversário dele.
Ok. E pessoas também escreveu para você.
Sim. Ok. Gratidão, sou grata a Deus por todo cuidado por nós, que Deus continue iluminando a sua caminhada. Além do meu potinho de gratidão, não foi só eu que escrevi. Aqui tem bilhetinhos de uma festa surpresa de aniversário que eu recebi do meu grupo Essência, e elas colocaram desejos aqui, votos de parabenização.
E também eu vi também que várias pessoas estão super agradecidas de ter você na vida e escreveu muita coisa. Eu acho que foi seu aniversário, né?
Foi meu aniversário.
O dia 27 de setembro, né? Então vai ser uma delícia você ler todos, né? Os notinhas de gratidão, né?
Isso.
Okay.
E nós também falamos sobre os rituais, né, do Brasil.
Sim.
Eu falei
os
brevemente.
Rituais, como são diferentes em Brasil?
A gente usa o branco, a gente come as 12 sementes da uva, simbolizando a cada mês. Nós, que mais? Os 7 pulinhos na onda com desejos.
Sim.
Exato.
E os ritos, ou seja, explica como essa ajuda o brasileiro a terminar ou começar o ano e como é diferente.
O relacionamento do
Sim,
Brasil com o Réveillon.
Quais são os ritos de abrir o novo ano depois?
Sempre tem uma festividade, uma champanhe, né? A gente sempre celebra com champanhe também. E o brasileiro tem toda essa alegria de final de ano, viaja para a praia geralmente, usa branco, pula 7 ondas. E esses rituais são coisas que a gente faz no coletivo, né? Brasileiro é sempre muito amigáveis. O meu ritual pessoal é realmente a minha oração. Converso com Deus, que Ele é dono de tudo e sabe de tudo.
Sim.
Então, meu pessoal, geralmente eu gosto de fazer essa oração.
Então,
E o que eu recomendo para os meus
sim.
clientes...
Ou seja, você, por ser coach e mulher, e ser humano, e
terapeuta.
brasileira, como você está dando dicas para os seus clientes, seus amigos, seu filhinho, para o novo ano?
Então, para os meus clientes, o que eu recomendo é fazer o mural dos sonhos, sim. A gente faz uma lista de sonhos,
Você fez também, né?
Fiz, opa! E meus sonhos já estão, vários deles já realizados.
E seus sonhos são grandes, medianos ou
Não, ó, um
pequenos?
dos sonhos era comprar casa, o outro era ter o Luca, outro era viajar para a Flórida, que nós realizamos esse ano. Olha só, tô lembrando de mais coisas ainda. Ensinar o Luca português, fazer, né, ter certeza que ele tá falando português, ele tá fazendo natação, então tem muitas coisas aí maravilhosas que aconteceram esse ano. Então é transformar esses sonhos em metas realizáveis. Então essas metas, elas precisam ser específicas, elas precisam ser mensuráveis, elas precisam ser alcançáveis e desafiadoras, elas precisam ter um tempo.
Isso são coisas daqui dos Estados Unidos, ou seja, a maioria das pessoas da minha vida, se você fala SMART Goals, já entende o que é.
Exato.
Como os brasileiros recebem SMART Goals, se você falou que é mais ou menos contra a cultura?
Eles amam, né? Os brasileiros, a gente sempre tem boas intenções, mas na hora do vamos ver, a gente acaba ficando... na hora do vamos ver, na hora que o bicho pega, cadê? Não sabe, não tem um plano, não tem um ritual, não tem uma disciplina. Então, o SMART Goals é isso. Você, por exemplo, eu quero ter mais saúde no ano que vem. Então, não é só usar uma blusa azul, eu nem sei qual que seria a cor da saúde. Usar uma blusa azul e aí eu já vou ficar saudável o ano inteiro. Não é bem assim. Precisa de um plano de ação. Então, eu quero melhorar minha saúde. O que você quer melhorar? Fazer exercícios físicos, então seja específicos, quais os dias da semana você vai à academia, você já fez a sua inscrição, qual que é o primeiro passo? Fazer a inscrição, escolher a academia, ou fazer a caminhada, quais os dias da semana, segunda, quarta e sexta, que horário funciona melhor para você? Pela manhã, então segunda, quarta e sexta eu vou fazer caminhada em volta da casa, né, em volta do quarteirão, na vizinhança por 1 hora, todas as manhãs das 7 até as 8 da manhã, então precisa ser específico. Quanto mais específico, mais a gente tem a facilidade de resolver aquilo. E daí, Cris, eu falei que ia na segunda, eu não fui. Olha, chacoalha a poeira, né? Tropeçou, caiu, aquela tal da dieta só começa na segunda, não tem esse negócio, só começa a dieta na segunda. Você pode começar a dieta no dia que você quiser, você pode começar no domingo, você pode começar no sábado, na sexta-feira.
Só começa, né?
Só começa. Errou, falhou, não deu pra ir, sacode a poeira, levanta e segue no dia seguinte. Todos os dias a gente tem que ver cada dia como uma página em branco. Então você escreve o que você quiser escrever.
E falando sobre o passado e o futuro, o ano que vem vai ser o
400 anos.
400 anos de história de Gloucester.
De Gloucester.
E no próximo episódio, o primeiro episódio do ano, vamos ter uma visita super especial. Uma pessoa que é icônica, que fez um livro de receitas sobre o bacalhau, mas também receitas aqui de Gloucester que vamos relançar. Mas ela tem um sonho de criar um novo livro de receitas junto com a comunidade brasileira. Ela é americana. Não fala nada de português, mas ela é meio famosa aqui.
Que bacana,
e vamos,
que delícia.
Vamos, no ano passado, no próximo episódio, começar a andar juntos, os brasileiros, americanos, festejando, comemorando 400 anos de vida aqui em Gloucester. Ou seja, tinha vida antes, mas de história. Da cidade, né? Mas com um novo capítulo, em vez de ter os brasileiros aqui ao lado, mais ou menos vendo, mas não vamos incluir, porque a história de Gloucester também inclui a história da comunidade brasileira em Gloucester, que já chegou a ser mais que 3.000 pessoas, de habitantes. E vamos convidar vocês no ano que vem que nos chame, se vocês querem aparecer e fazer sua história ou né,
Tem uma história
ser
para
entrevistado.
contar, né? Manda um
Bem-vindos.
recadinho aqui no YouTube, a gente está sempre olhando lá os comentários.
E vamos
Entre em
criar uma
contato
nova
conosco.
história em Gloucester.
Excelente. Viva a nova
Ok?
história.
Viva a nova história.
Gente,
Feliz ano
feliz
novo.
ano
E estamos
novo.
convidando todos vocês a fazer o melhor
Dos
de
dois
mundos. The best of both
Best of both
worlds. Thank you.
worlds.
Happy New
Yay.
Year.
Happy New Year.